Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today I'm looking at CoinMarketCap and Shiba Inu is number 13. Okay, interesting. It is currently priced at 3,626 Satoshi. It's up 7.32% over the past 24 hours, and even more majestically, it's up 43% over the past week. So when we take a look at the past 24 hours for pretty much everything, there's a fair amount of coins that are in the red, and most specifically when we look at the total market cap, Bitcoin being number one, well, it's currently just above $60,000. It's actually 19 over. It hit below $60,000, and there's been a little bit of a pullback. Some people have been cashing out. I mean, we did hit a brand new all-time high for both Bitcoin and Ethereum earlier in the week. We hit over $67,000. Ethereum did just drop below $4,000. It's currently at $39.74. And Dogecoin is still at number 9, which I'm surprised. It's been at number 9 for a very long time with a 34.55 billion market cap. Now, USDC is just 2 billion away from beating it. So a lot of attention has been on Shiba Inu recently. It had a pump, and back in early May, there was a massive pump. There was a market sell-off that followed. A lot of people, dropped hope in Shiba Inu. They didn't really care about it. It is a meme coin, and it's not like Dogecoin where it's the number one. It's the oldest and the most recognizable meme coin. Shiba Inu is basically a copycat of Dogecoin, sorta. So a lot of people that got into meme coins, sure, you heard the stories of people making millions of dollars, but you also had people who were losing thousands of dollars or maybe even more because they unfortunately got into a coin that they didn't know too much about. And this can happen for every cryptocurrency out there. It could be the most amazing project in the world, but if you don't do your research on it, it can fall quite a bit. You can have an amazing project, an amazing team, but the timing could be absolutely the worst you could have chose because, oh no, there was event XYZ that happened and you decided to buy right then at, let's say, the all-time high. You lost massively, you sold off, and then, it could have recovered a little bit more. There's so many cases of people betting the entire farm and losing that, right? So Shiba Inu traded at a top of 4,550 Satoshis. The reason we have to say it is because it's basically 0.0000. It's got a lot of zeros to it. So that topped the previous record of 3,880 Satoshi, which was on May 10th. So for the whole summer, it wasn't doing too well. They jumped up over 50% in a 24-hour period, but then obviously, people made a lot of money. They're like, oh no, wow, I was back holding the whole summer. It rose up a little bit. Let's sell right now. So you're going to have a lot of people that are getting super excited. And the reason it went up so much is that it came, the news came amid rumors that the online brokerage platform we all know and hate, Robinhood, yeah, lots of smiles for Robinhood. Well, there was rumors that broke out that Robinhood may soon list Shiba Inu. Prices surged over 200% in total throughout the past month. Now, this also correlated to Bitcoin rising up and Ethereum and basically the whole market rising up for a week straight or even 2 weeks. All it takes is a couple of whales to put in big orders and everybody gets excited in the cryptocurrency world. So it's not too hard to imagine why the price rose up so quickly. You had fantastic news, fantastic rumors, you had the whole market going up, and of course you had a lot of bag holders for the summer that wanted it to go up. Now what's interesting is that the last Shiba Inu pump back in May correlated with the last Bitcoin pump, where previously it reached $64,888, and right now we almost hit $66,932 and couple cents, whatever. Back then, there were a lot of warnings of excessive speculation by retail investors and potential for market-wide correction. And as we know, what happened, there was a massive correction. SHIB has gone ballistic this month. Doge has gained just 27% and still trades well below its August high of 35 cents. And then back a while ago in May, it hit a peak price, an all-time high of 73 cents. And that was back when Elon Musk was pumping it up right a bit. So Bitcoin in total over the past month, it jumped up 37%, which you have to look at it this way. Shiba Inu is able to move a lot faster than Dogecoin because it's a lot smaller. And Dogecoin also has a lot more movement than Bitcoin. Any coin that's smaller than Bitcoin, all it takes is a couple whales, a couple big moves. It's moving up very quickly. Because Bitcoin, you're talking about $1 trillion market cap here. It's going to take hundreds of billions of dollars to move it. So even a couple percent going up in the right direction, you're talking about a lot of money right here. Now for Bitcoin, if we hit below 60,000, which we already have, but if we continue this pattern, if we can't stay above $60,000, if we end the week on this close, which it's Sunday, so we got a couple hours left, it would be Bitcoin's first weekly drop since the third week of September. So a little bit of the greed, a little bit of the FOMO would start to simmer. You know, you're going to have people who are starting to lose hope a little bit, but we're still at a point where we could have potential to suddenly rise back up and hit $70,000 by the end of this month. It's 50-50 nowadays. Now, you know me, I'm not really investing in meme coins or, for the most part, any altcoins at the moment. So I haven't always been the greatest fan of Shiba Inu, and nothing has changed. Even if it got into the top 10, I would not care. I was a longtime believer of Dogecoin a while back, because back in 2013, it was a fun and exciting project. At this point, I do not believe that Dogecoin should even be close to the top 10 because it makes the whole world of cryptocurrency look unprofessional, and institutional investors are needed, and banks and regulation. All of this is needed for Bitcoin to hit a $5 trillion market cap or $10 trillion market cap or wherever we're going in the future. If something replaces Bitcoin, whether that's Ethereum or Cardano or Polkadot or the next big thing that hasn't even been invented yet, where the creator's still a teen, and you know it's going to be around 10 years from now, and that hits Bitcoin, and then all of cryptocurrency takes over. The USD pegged governments suddenly fall, and there's no more banks. Okay, I'm just kidding, but you know there's going to be a world where cryptocurrency is on par with banks and the current system that's in its place. And in order to get there, we have to have a little bit of professionalism. And obviously we've changed a lot from the Wild West days of cryptocurrency, but Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and all these meme coins and the NFT hype, not all NFTs are bad. Some are, and not all of DeFi is bad, but some glitches, some hacks, some of these things kind of unnerve a little people. They don't look too good when you're looking from the outside. Like if you're a cryptocurrency enthusiast, you're going to look with rose-tinted glasses. But I have to admit that Shiba Inu, I thought it would be gone completely, so I'll give a little bit of praise right there. And there's a couple of reasons why it's actually been a little bit more resilient. So for all the Shiba non-believers, I guess, which I'm included into that because, you know, it is what it is, we have to admit that it is pretty impressive that it's still around and it's gone to number 13. So why is it still here? Well, we can explore a little bit. Just like Dogecoin, the community for Shiba Inu is pretty massive at this point, and it's growing. So without a strong community and without loyalty, we would never be in the numbers that we're in today. So the SHIBArmy, as they call themselves, they're pretty powerful. And the Dogecoin community, also with millions of followers on Reddit and across all social media platforms, it's something to definitely consider. Is a couple million believers worth a couple $1 billion in cryptocurrency? Yeah, it definitely is, as we've seen time and time again with various projects. The SHIB community has been celebrating the survival of last Thursday's bloody dump across social media platforms. So some of the quotes we've seen: Shiba Inu rebounds 40% despite major selling by SHIB whales. A Shiba Inu Telegram group posted on Tuesday. They're under the title, "Whales are not in control of Shibu. We are Shiba, the Doge killer." So when you look at the numbers, the whale dump that was mentioned in the message, according to a lot of data that was studied by blockchain analytic firms, Around 31.07 billion SHIB were shed from addresses that held 1 million to 10 million SHIBU, wiping out 3.02% of all addresses with SHIBU holding within the range. For clarity's sake, 1 million to 10 million SHIBU is worth anywhere from $27 to $272. So it's not a lot of money we're talking about, but you know, it's something for a meme coin. But regardless, SHIB's price is still far below $1. It's far below even a penny. A lot of people saying that SHIB whales don't actually have the power that the Telegram group is saying. Sure, of course, a millionaire is always going to have a lot more power than the average plebeian, but the top 10 SHIB addresses hold more than 78% of the total SHIB supply, and barely any of them moved any SHIB during the time periods that were mentioned. So it's similar to Dogecoin, where you have one address that holds, a quarter of Dogecoin, and then you have the top 100 Dogecoin addresses. They hold more than 80% of all Dogecoin in circulation. 70 to 80%. It fluctuates a little bit, but still, that's crazy to think about. You have a group of people that you could fit in your house for coffee and pizza, and all of these people own so much power, so many of these tokens, that they could single-handedly crash everything and also affect other cryptocurrencies, which also are worth billions of dollars. It's crazy to think about. One address accumulated more than 8 trillion Shiba, which is about $234.3 million as of a couple of hours ago. Despite the potential of new threats of SHIB whale activity, the SHIB community has moved on and seems to only be getting stronger. SHIB is still among the top 10 most traded tokens on centralized exchanges, according to CoinGecko, an impressive number when the majority, 68% of SHIB trades, are still taking place on DeFi protocols. So it actually got into the top 10. Interesting. That's crazy. Briefly. SHIB is like this retail traders take over the world's magic token that has gained a strong base and active SHIB community. And regardless of the pumps and dumps, people will still believe in the project. Just like with Dogecoin, where I gotta check the community over here. Just Reddit alone is very powerful. It is crazy how fast all of this grows. When you're talking about even a YouTube channel with 20,000 subscribers has enough to pump a smaller altcoin, definitely not something worth billions of dollars, but a smaller altcoin. And we've seen this time and time again where YouTubers have been pumping really small projects that are worth hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. And there is massive manipulation. So you don't need huge numbers. But where we're talking about, for example, like Dogecoin, where right now, looking at the subreddit, and of course you're going to have other subreddits as well, but just this, which is completely dedicated to Dogecoin, it has 2.2 million members, and it's growing every single day. So pretty soon, probably 2.3, 2.5 million. It's crazy to think about. And when you type in Shiba Inu Reddit, the SHIBArmy, this has 306,000 members, of which 9,500 people are online at the very moment. When you're talking about the top posts having thousands of upvotes and hundreds of comments and people responding to each other and going on Discord and Telegram and organizing little pumps and dumps and whatever, and they're creating memes, they're creating content, they're creating entire channels and Instagram accounts and Facebook accounts and Twitter tweets and all of this stuff, which all of this is able to move the price a little bit. And when you're talking about millions of these posts, suddenly you're talking about millions of dollars that are able to move the price. And you don't even have to be a whale. A group momentum is sometimes greater than a single powerful whale if the whale's not really doing anything himself. Now, we have no idea who the whales in Shiba Inu or Dogecoin truly are, or even in Bitcoin, because that's the whole point of cryptocurrency, unless they reveal themselves. But it's pretty interesting to look at this concept where, thanks to social media, thanks to the internet, obviously without the internet there would be no cryptocurrency, but thanks to how all of this is globalized and you have these giant networks of people that are supporting each other through Telegram, through Discord, organizing entire channels where they're chatting about this every single day. They come home from work, from school. You could see why, yeah, in good times when you have good news or rumors or whatever, and you have other events such as the whole market rising and whatnot happens, if an exchange lists it or not, you can see how there is potential for a coin to grow. Now, is this going to happen long term? Who knows? At this point, if Shiba Inu is going to be a a staple hold name, no, it's just weird to say that. But if it's going to remain in the top 100 cryptocurrencies for the next couple of years, well, so be it. I guess we have another meme coin. It is what it is. People are going to lose money. People are going to make money. If you want to invest in it, you can. If you think it's, I can't say it on this channel because we're trying to be kid friendly, then I would agree with you on that. But we do have to agree with one thing. Regardless of whether we like it or hate it, the community is strong. And any project, regardless of the actual value that it brings, without its community, it's worthless. With a fantastic community, it's worth billions. That's it for today. No hates to the Shiba Inu supporters out there, to meme coin supporters in general. I'm not trying to hate on you guys. It is my opinion, and we're all entitled to different opinions. I just don't believe in this project, so I'm not going to place my money into it. But I'm sure that there are plenty of opportunities to make money, even with projects that are ranked 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000. They're a clone of a clone of a clone of 100 other meme clones, right? There's always opportunity to make money in cryptocurrency, but there's massive risk with it. So I prefer to be lower risk, but other people prefer higher risk, so that's up to you. Anyways, regardless of whoever you are, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.